Swimming like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Welcome to the Orange County Shrimp Tank here in beautiful Southern California, where we interview CEOs and business owners across the United States, where we talk about the do's and don'ts of running their business. Hey, so you don't miss a podcast or you want a replay here, check out orangecountishrimptankpodcast.com. Check them all out. We got a lot of CEOs you might be in your industry. And today we have our guest, Rob Chiuppi, all the way from Los Angeles. And I got to tell you, anybody who's from LA, they know that, if someone's getting a flat tire or getting a ticket, all of a sudden we're jammed about 3 hours. I like to stay around Orange County. But hey, Rob, I have a question, something that we kind of brought about earlier in the first segment. We're all asked this one question over and over and over, and it's the same question, but we tend to answer differently. And that question is, if somebody asks you, what do you do? Do you got some bullet points favorite ones that you want to emphasize for those listeners right now and those viewing this post-show wrap-up?
Yeah, a couple bullet points, actually. First thing I do, and the first way for me to get business is to sell mortgages, and I sell mortgages to a realtor base that I've been working on for years. So that's the first step to the mortgage that I'm selling. The second step is with the consumer, and the consumer is coming from a realtor, it's coming from past clients, but that's the other sale. And when I meet with a consumer, I share my thoughts on what products we have and try to assist them in picking the best product possible to meet their needs.
Excellent.
Rob, you gave us a lot of great information in the earlier podcast. You really touched on a lot of things. And what I noticed, you've got a lot of passion for what you do. You really do have a lot of passion, especially staying in the industry as long as you have. What drives you? Why do you do what you do?
Well, I started in the title industry, which is really was a fun industry. I met 500 realtors in 1 year and got to be good friends with them. And I decided that it wasn't challenging enough for me, so I decided to stay with the realtors, but I went into mortgage. And the mortgage was a very challenging business because it's more technical. Title was, you get it ordered, there's really not much to do after that. But in the mortgage business, the passion lies with the consumer, and to see their smiley face when they close a loan makes me happy.
It sounds like you gain a lot of contacts, like you said, with making those contacts with the realtors. With that in mind, with the title company and the mortgage banking, and I'm a big fan. For those of you listening out there, I'm a big fan about experience. I'm in that industry where there's constant changes in the legislation and taxes, and it starts here and it goes back 5 years, and it starts 3 years from now. And I think experience plays a big part. Not for those of you that are under 10 years, but I think 10 years is kind of solidifies it. How many years of experience do you have?
I have 30 years of experience.
Whoa, very good.
That's a lot.
I'm going to say that's frosting on the cake, or additional. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
With that in mind, Robin, you were talking about you like to see the smiles on those clients when the loan closes, et cetera, So that just kind of just brings to mind, how do you want those people just to remember you, Rob Chiuppi, and your business?
I want them to remember that I am always available for them, even after the close of the sale. They may have concerns still, and I just want them to always know that I'm there for them. We become kind of friends after the transaction closes, so I want them to remember the rapport we built and the friendships we had and all the experience, bad or good.
Hey, I love that. I hopefully I didn't get you off there, but
no,
Rob,
that's okay.
No, I agree. In my business, then there are people that provide a product, whatever service, and then they don't they database the person. They have someone else calling them. I'm old-fashioned, like you said. I like to pick up the phone, roll up the sleeve, and I like monitoring because the client knows their interest was always first. Because if you take care of them, they're going to take care of you. I agree with you, Rob. I'm going to back you on that one. And hey, and by the way, I want to go back with a little history here. For years, we've been dealing with all this different technology, et cetera, et cetera. And years ago, remember back in our days, for those of you who that can relate, where we had to locate a phone booth, and hopefully the phone booth worked.
Yep.
And then hopefully we had enough change, and then hopefully we could continue the call because we ran out of change. And then all of a sudden, then we got the pager. But what all the pager do is what? Hey, go locate a phone. and hopefully you could find the phone, or that, again, that you had enough change. Then all of a sudden we had the two-way radio, and then the cell phone made things a lot better, and then it went into LinkedIn and Facebook and emails, etc. Now we have this podcast. So, I mean, what are some of your favorites?
I'm going to go with the cell phone. I can text on it. I can message them. I can talk to them personally. That's the best one. And if I'm going to go off of the phone, I'm going to go with LinkedIn as my favorite and a little bit of Facebook for some personal touch.
Excellent.
So kind of to reiterate what like Leonard was touching on, if I want to contact you for your services, you're saying you prefer the cell phone over basically anything else. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes, I do.
So how do they do that?
Well, my cell phone is my business line as well, and my phone number is 714-310-2777. If you need to reach me other than cell, you can call me, or not call me, you can email me at robert.chiuppi@gmail.com.
Hey, I love the idea of the phone booth. The phone booth. No, I don't. Let me just say, I love the idea of a cell phone. I mean, it's unbelievable. Pretty soon, I'm going to ask my wife when I go to bed at night, please leave the bedroom. I want my phone right next to me. I mean, it's ridiculous. Now, I get to depend on that.
I don't know. Is
thing.
she going to be watching this?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But I got to say, without a question, without a doubt, the phone is important. But, hey, you know what? Like with the podcast or people that want to consider being on the show, there's a lot of ways that you can get the message out there. And they're all linked to our cell phones, our websites, our emails, etc. So, again, if anyone who wants to be considered being on the show, just check out orangecounty.shrimptankpodcast.com, and we'll see what we can do here. And always, always remember, with the ups and downs of the business world, always stay cool out there.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.